Every year, TopGear South Africa takes the wildest, fastest machines from across the country and we put them to the test. We call it Speed Week, and it's a celebration of speed. Yes, but speed is not the same for everyone. Speed isn't one-dimensional. Everybody does it differently. Everybody speaks speed in a different language. Take that Defender Octa, for example. It is a brutal, gravel-eating rally raid monster. Or take these two, RSQ8 and Urus SE, two different cars from one bloodline. So many different expressions. And in between all that, you have wild Italians. You've got business class executive sedans that do crazy speeds. And then, of course, you've got smaller cars, hot hatches, RS3, revered in sedan form this time. That's the kind of thing that we do. And there's even the mind-bending, brutal AMG GT. That's what it's about. It's about speed in all its different sizes and shapes and forms. But the thing with speed is this: it's not just about how fast you go, it's also about how it makes you feel. And so as I speak to you, I know the winner of Speed Week 2025. You don't yet. And with that, let's go back to the beginning.
They're here and they're ready. Let's meet the contenders for Speed Week 2025. So up first is the GT63. It's the most powerful car we have here and it's by far the quickest. But I feel like everybody's going to be lunging at the keys for this gorgeous SUV next to me. It's the Lamborghini Urus SE. It's a gorgeous example of an Italian SUV, but there's another Italian behind me that I'm just as excited to drive. It's the Giulia Quadrifoglio, only this one has a gorgeous decal.
Oh, George, I know you love your Italians, but check out this M2 that caused chaos in 2023. I mean, this thing was absolutely bonkers and it's back. And then over here we have the CLE 53, which is actually what the current C63 should have been. I mean, it packs a 3-liter inline 6 hybridized engine. And over here, this is the 911 Carrera T. As you can see from the number plate, it has a 6-speed manual gearbox. It's the only manual gearbox that we have here. And then knowing Porsche and its engineering, this should really do well.
Welcome to my little corner of the world. And right here, front and center, is Business Express. This is the Mercedes-AMG E53. And this is just Mercedes doing what Mercedes does best. The question is though, can that translate onto the track? We'll see. Then if you'll follow me, the very back, this is our official sleeper. This is the Audi RSQ8. It's got 23-inch wheels, it's got big power, it's such a dynamic SUV, and I'm really looking forward to drive one of these cars, but then my ultimate favorite. And my top contender for 2023 was this, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Q. It's such a dynamic SUV, it sounds good, it drives well, it's involving, and I really like its chances for this year again. Let's see where the chips fall.
All right, and here we have the first hatch that you're probably going to be seeing today, and it is the all-new Mini Cooper JCW, 170 kilowatts, all to the front wheels. I've had the privilege of quickly driving this car before, and it's quite impressive, it's quite nippy, so it's going to be interesting to see how it does amongst this company. And here, one of South Africa's favorites, the Audi RS3, and yes, this is a facelift, so you'll notice it's a little bit more boxy, and it's got a new steering wheel, which I'm quite a big fan of. But something absolutely bonkers behind me, the new Defender Octa. 467 kilowatts, 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, and it's still on BF Goodrich tires. So I think this is going to be a very interesting car amongst the pack on this trip, but definitely on the open road, it's going to be quite comfortable. And the final car, which is not currently here, unfortunately, we are still waiting for it to be launched, but it will join us down in PE. It is the updated Toyota GR Yaris. And yes, it was a Speed Week winner in the past. So let's see if it can continue to impress. But with all of this car talk, I'm itching to get towards the track now. So without further ado, let's hit the open road.
After months of planning and anticipation, the cars and us finally hit the road. Road trips are part and parcel of Speed Week, and in truth, this is possibly the least exciting bit, but it's very important work. We're South Africans. Long distance travel is what we do. And so our first leg takes us into the tiny town of Middelburg in the Northern Cape, where the team and the cars can get a bit of rest. Speaking of rest, let's see how everyone's holding up.
Lukey,
What's up?
how are you feeling, man?
Dude, I'm doing well. Can't feel my knees, but drive's been lack.
Hey, where are we?
That's a great question. I have no clue. Last place I recognize is Bloemfontein. Everything after that point is nowhere, man. Absolutely no.
How are you feeling, bro?
Feeling good. It's been a good drive. Everyone's here in one piece, and really strong showing of cars we've got for this year's of Speed Week. We've got a feeling there are going to be some surprises at the end.
So first day of the Speed Week, and all I can say so far is they weren't lying when they said you're going to get a lot of seat time. They really weren't lying about that. Anyways, cars I've driven so far is the Mercedes-AMG GT63 SE Performance. It's literally a rocket ship. Something to get used to in terms of a Grand Tour, because there's quite a bit of a tight cabin, but very good nonetheless. I have also driven the all-new Lamborghini Urus SE. That's a bit of an interesting one because you just want to relax in that car, but when you slap it down into quarter, it dials up to 11 and it feels like you're in a go-kart. But right now, I'm about to hop into the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've never driven one before, so yeah, let's see what happens.
Today has been nothing short of fantastic. We started the day off in the Porsche 911 Carrera T manual, and my word, that car grips your soul and holds it in place for the duration of your ride, and even afterwards you just can't stop thinking about it. Then we hopped into the BMW M2, the new kid on the block. I absolutely love that car. Having a lot of seat time in the previous generation M2s, I can safely say this thing does not fall short of that BMW DNA that we love so much.
We are at Colesberg and we've just filled our bellies with some lovely lunch, but we're an hour away from our overnight stay. So I've handed the keys of the Alfa off, and it's about time I get hands on the manual, the Carrera T. It's not the last time I'm going to see these keys though, but we've got about an hour's drive to our overnight stay, so we'll see you there.
It's the end of day one, and we finally made it to our overnight stop in Middelburg. The cars are okay, the people are strong, and the hype is starting to build up because tomorrow we're heading to Gqeberha. Lots of dynamic driving, lots of mountain passes, but what we are mostly looking forward to is track driving at Aldo Scribante, because, I mean, the cars are epic on the road, and it's going to be interesting to find out how they perform on the track. And with that said, good night, and let's go for day two.
So it's day 2 of Top Gear Speed Week 2025, and yesterday I started off in the Audi RSQ to then jump straight into the Defender Octa, and then I went on the other side of the spectrum into the Mini Cooper JCW. So today I'm starting it off with some more heavy metal in the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, and I'm super excited because we've got a day of dynamic driving with really beautiful shots, really beautiful scenery, and I am just so excited to see what these beasts can do.
It's day 2, and yesterday was incredible. Lots of highway driving, which is why the Mercedes, the two of them that I drove, the CLE53 was the best for cruising. The 600 kilowatt GT63 was the best for overtaking by far. And then the Octa, I was just mad. I can't believe how fast that Octa is. But today, it's day 2, a lot more mountain roads, and I've got my weapon of choice to start the morning, the BMW M2. I've driven this car cross country before, but then I had those carbon seats. I'm quite excited to have the regular spec BMW seats in what is still, I think, one of the best performance cars you can buy for the money. So let's hit the road. It's Top Gear Speed Week, day 2.
Are you ready for day 2?
Of course I'm ready for day 2, bruv. Look at these cars, man. Oh, sorry. You caught me off guard there.
confession time, it's my first ever Lando that I've driven. I've been in electric mode. I am now on the engine and it is so far a phenomenal. Oh, just listen to us. That's good. That is really good. Yeah, so first impressions. This car is a hybrid that's got a soul. I mean, how rare is that? It is really quite fun to drive. It's very easy to be naughty with this car, and that can be a bit of a problem because it's got 580 kilowatts. Yes, it's got an electric motor that supplements it, and yes, it's got the 4-liter V8 right there in the front, and a lot of people call it an Audi. And that can be a good thing, that can be a bad thing, but this is a Lamborghini thing, and I really love it.
If you've never driven a manual Porsche in your life, you are seriously missing out. This car is absolutely unbelievable, and you don't need more than this. 290 kilowatts, 450 newton meters of torque. It is more than enough. The thing is, you've got a 3-liter Boxer flat 6 sitting right behind you, and it makes the most glorious noise, and the car just dances with you. It's absolutely amazing. And after doing over 1,000 kilometers, it is so good to finally come across some entertainment through the mountain passes. I mean, 6-speed manual, mountain passes, what more could you ask for? And then you don't even have to worry about rev matching or heel towing yourself, because there's this auto blip feature that just does everything for you, and it's a very smart feature. It's simply approach a corner, clutch in, gear down, rev matches, and power out. It is unbelievable. Oh, guys, I can't explain how good this car is.
And with that, we've arrived. All 13 cars made it safely to GQ, and the excitement is palpable. Quick bit of business. Unfortunately, the Porsche 911 Carrera T and the Lamborghini Urus SE are not able to join us on track. Some sort of insurance reasons, which is why we've been speaking about them and telling you about them on the open road and through mountain passes. So apart from that little bit, it's almost time to put the rest of the machines to our dynamic test. Tomorrow, Aldo Scribante beckons, and so for tonight, it's time to clock out and get some rest. Welcome back. The show is about to go down. We're ready. The question is, are you ready?
Driving a Chili on a racetrack is completely different from driving it on the streets. On the streets, you're doing like 70%. You bring it over that, and all of a sudden you realize that this is a car for the experience. This is not a car for those who are learning how to drive on a racetrack. It has a sharp bike, 375 kilowatts, 600 Newton meters, a glorious noise, and a very, very, very tail-happy back end, especially in the rain, which I'm driving it in now. It is an absolute animal. It's exciting, it's engaging, but it makes you work for it. there is no simple traction control in this car. It's a car you have to be switched on, you have to be awake, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to prepare yourself for the what ifs. But I must tell you, as far as excitement goes, I think this is definitely the most exciting car here, and it damn keeps you awake. Oh, what a car.
Remember when Toyota brought in the GR Yaris in 2021? It came with a manual transmission, and that thing won our inaugural Speed Week in 2021. Came as a surprise. I mean, for a Yaris to do what it actually did in Pakisa, yeah, was an absolute monster. And this time around, about 5 years later, Toyota went back to the drawing board and said, you know what, we need to introduce an automatic, and this is it. The charm here is all about the fun factor. I mean, this thing is fun. There's tons of grip. Doesn't matter at what speed you coming into a corner and exiting as you put your foot down. It just goes, and with no drama at all. It just wants to go, man. And I get why people get very excited when they see this thing. And I mean, here it's not the most powerful car. I mean, 210 kilowatts and 400 Newton meters. And you look at something like the RSQ8, for example, which is in front of me, and you look at it, you're like, okay, but that thing makes 471 kilowatts. That's a lot of power. But I mean, 210, I'm able to keep up with the high performance SUVs. I'm able to keep up with some of the hot hatches around, some of the executive sedans around. I get it now. It's very good.
CLE53, essentially what the C63 could have been and should have been. So now I've driven this car a lot on the road, and I'm just shocked at how comfortable and amazing it is, especially for a sports coupe. Now we are finally on Aldo Scribante, and again, I am shocked at how well this car handles. Coming around these corners, powering out of the corners, it's absolutely fantastic. 4MATIC system, 3-liter inline 6 turbo hybrid, and guys, I'm gonna say 347 kilowatts, so 330 from the engine itself and 17 kilowatts from an electric motor, mild hybrid, so electric boost, and 600 Newton meters. I'm on the main straight now, 0 to 100 in 4.2 seconds, and it is just absolutely phenomenal. Brakes are insanely good. I am quite surprised by that. Coming into the corner, you turn in, and it's just so well composed. It takes it, and there's just so much grip. You power out again. Oh, guys, I must say this car is a seriously strong contender for me, because it's just a brilliant all-rounder. You can daily it, and come the weekend when you want to have fun on the track, it is just glorious. Mercedes, well done on this AMG.
The Audi RS3 returns to Speed Week as a known quantity, I suppose, except a little bit more complicated. On paper, it's sensational. 2.5-liter, 5-cylinder, 294 kilowatts, quattro traction, and a sub-4 second sprint to 100. That engine remains one of the greats. Charismatic, explosive, unmistakably good. This facelifted RS3, sharper, more mature than before, thanks largely to a modified new torque splitter. Driven hard, it's fast, it's stable, it's devastatingly effective. But unlocking the RS3's true potential takes some work. In default modes, it just feels restrained, almost cautious. And only when the electronics are completely stripped back and you figure it out and you put it into what we felt RS torque steer mode, then it only becomes truly engaging and alive and playful. It's brilliant, deeply refined, hugely capable. The RS3 impressed us, but didn't dominate. A thrilling all-rounder, just not the final word.
So, I mean, we were driving the GT63 SE Performance on the mountain roads the other day, and I mean, look, this car is just, it's too much for those roads. But here on a racetrack where we can really extract everything this car has to offer, it is eye-opening. I mean, you can't drive this car with squint eyes. It is so awake, it is so fast, it is so lively in every way. I mean, of course, it is a rocket ship in a straight line with what, 600 kilowatts and 1,420 Newton meters. I mean, those numbers are utterly ridiculous. But also, you get on the brakes, carbon ceramics, stop on a dime, you turn in, it's pinpoint accurate, it rotates incredibly well, and just the way you can extract so much performance out of this car and yet still feel so comfortable is utterly ridiculous. And then you get on the power out of the corner and it just keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going, and it is just unbelievably fast. What a car.
Hello, and welcome to another kind of racetrack. It's not on tar, it's on gravel, and it's full of rocks and ruts and stuff. And I'm driving what is quite possibly the best car here. This is the Defender Octa. It is a madcap wild child. That's what we call it. JLR calls it the most capable Defender ever made, and we agree. It is monstrously fast because of a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, BM derived, but it also has a suspension that is smarter than Elon Musk on a Friday. They call it the 6D suspension system. And I never drove a Bowler Tomcat, but I think this is better. My word, I am flying through gravel and rock tracks. And really, this is kind of a Dakar car disguised with some lovely leather and exposed carbon and beautiful technology and Apple CarPlay and big screens. Whew, let me tell you, it is mega. Oh, jeez. Wow, guys, I really do mean this thing is freaking mad. And here's the thing, you're probably wondering, why is a Defender Octa at Speed Week? Because it's fast, that's why. Who said Speed Week cars need to be track-bred monsters? No, it's about the celebration of speed. And this Octa, let me tell you, is exactly that. I can attack almost anything at speed. Look at that, Jesus. Oh, this car is mega, mega.
You know what they say about Alfa Romeos? In your life, as a petrol head, you need to own an Alfa. And I get why. You look at something like this Stelvio Quattrofoglio. This is a car that most people buy, not for the refinement and the latest tech. This is a car that people buy for the performance and spirited driving. I mean, the chassis is impressive. I must applaud the Italians for making these things sound like this.
I remember absolutely loving the M2 the first time I drove it. Then we drove it again at Speed Week and I loved it again. But for some reason, in the company of the metal we have here, I wasn't expecting it to blow my socks off as much as something, say, the facelifted Giulia or an RSQ8 or a Carrera T would have. But somehow, just somehow, this car has reminded me just how utterly unbelievable it is. The brakes are incredible, pinpoint accurate and sharp. The amount of grip in the front end is next level. We expect M cars to be leery at the back. It is when you want it to be, but when you're trying to set lap times and keep it nice and all controlled, it is so smooth, so accurate. It rotates fantastically while you're trail braking into corners. It makes a fantastic noise. I don't know. For me, this might be the most impressive car we have here. It is such an incredible machine. Oh, and just listen to these noises. Oh, what a car. BMW, I know I don't need to say this because you just make fantastic cars, but you really have built something special here. Thank you.
Then you get something like this Mini Cooper JCW. This thing makes 170 kilowatts and 380 Newton meters of torque. And it's just an excellent hot hatch. And I get why people are buying the Mini Cooper and why they love it. It's just a car that's full of character. Although around the track, there's a bit of an understeer, but let's be honest, owners wouldn't even care to take this thing on a racetrack. And when you look at what we have here at this year's Speed Week, this has the least power output, 170 kilowatts, versus 600 kilowatts in the GT, Mercedes-AMG GT. And you look at the massive gap between these two cars, and you're like, what the heck is this thing doing here? It's here because there are people who love these things. I'm one of them. I love this JCW because I drove the Mini Cooper S, and for me that lacked character, man. It lacked character, and this thing exists to fill in that gap, to satisfy people like me. And this is why I think it deserves a spot here at this year's Speed Week.
The E53, it's the most luxurious sedan we have in the fleet. It's a big boy and it shows now that we're on the racetrack. And look, with 450 kilowatts and 750 newtons, it does rocket out of corners like a bat out of hell. But in the corners, there's quite a bit of body roll. It's still an E-Class, and there was a little bit more to be desired. Under braking too, that wake reveals itself again. And yeah, it's a little bit sloppy, but it's not designed to be, you see. It's designed to be comfortable. And I must tell you, it's definitely one of the more comfortable hot laps I've put around this track. But overall, it's quite an interesting car, you know. It's a little bit playful at the back end. I've had a lot of fun with it, but yeah, it's not very exciting. It's a little bit heavy, so earlier on the brakes, a little bit more cautious through the corners. And then as soon as you leave the corners, it freaking flies.
I am in what is, in its normal mode, probably one of the most comfortable cars you can buy. It's the Audi RS Q8. It is a luxury SUV. Its design is proper. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. It's fantastic, okay? But if you press this button here that's called RS, and you go into the mode that I am in, which makes it mad, then, well, it becomes, quite frankly, one of the most dynamically capable SUVs I have ever driven. It's heavy. This is a heavy car, but it's not encumbered by batteries. It's not that kind of heavy. It's a big luxury SUV. Its breadth of talent is unbelievable, and it sounds fantastic. 471 kilowatts, 850 Newton meters. I'm hugging the apex. Stay. And if you do want to play, the RS Q8 is quite happy to play. Quite happy. It'll step out with some level of confidence. And here in the backstraight, 230 k's an hour on the brakes, down on the throttle. Oh, it sounds so good. I must say the traction system does step in perhaps slightly too early, and it's the same problem I have with the RS3. You know, unless you turn absolutely everything off, even in its supposed track mode, it cuts the power as it's just done there, which is a little bit frustrating. And I suppose that's a safety setting, but you can turn everything off. But you know, they've set up these pre-registered modes which are supposedly dynamic on the track. Still so good. So good. You know, the cars that have really surprised me at this year's Speed Week are probably the most unlikely cars you expected. You know, maybe in the case of the GRE RS, we knew because it's a previous winner. But guys, this car is mega great touring ability, but really on the performance front, spectacular. And that's it. 2 days of track testing at the famous Aldo Scribante. Our 2025 contenders did incredibly well, as did we. And let's just say that over the course of these 2 days, minds and opinions have shifted. But it's not over. There's one more thing to do. And welcome to our home, the TopGear South Africa test track. And yes, you guessed it. It's that time. We're about to do some timed laps. All right, it's that time that we've all been waiting for. It's the first time we're putting official times onto the TopGear lap board. So here it is. We decided to send the wild Italians out first. So the first official time on the lap board is the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, and that did it in a whopping 1:46.56. And then its sedan cousin came out, and that did it in a 1:45.09. That's a relief because those things are wild, wild children. All right, that out the way. The next car is the Mini Cooper JCW, and that did it in a 1:54.78. Wow, that's quite a jump. All right, the next car up. Oh, I'm sure you're all wondering about this. It's the Toyota GR Yaris. It is a 1:52.39, a 1:52.39. So we'll put that there. I just want to say this is not fully indicative of how good this car is, but one thing the TopGear test track does favor is cars with long legs. So if you can get to a high top speed, your lap times will be significantly improved. So that's a surprise. All right, next up, well, it is the Audi RS3, and that did it in a 1:45.68. Wow, look at that. Wow. No, that's wrong, isn't it? 1:45.68, so that's where we are. Whew. Hey, what does that say about Stelvio and what does that say about Giulia? That's quite an interesting one. All right, and then it is the BMW M2, a car that is significant on a racetrack, and it did it in quite a quick time of a 1:39.4. Jeepers, that is a mile away from the RS3 and a mile away from the Giulia. That is unbelievable. Jeepers. Okay, cool. Next up, a car that surprised all of the TopGear team and our guests. It's the Mercedes-AMG CLE 53, and that did it in, wow, also very close, a 1:46.87. Wow, that's, I thought it would be faster. I just thought it would be faster. It is so good, that car. All right, the next one is, well, this is really the second of our SUVs. This car is staggeringly good. And the Audi RSQ8, beautiful, beautiful thing, did it in a 1:44.54. Faster than the Giulia, faster than the Stelvio, faster than the Audi RS3. That is a really good time, I think. All right, cool. Next up, it's the big one. It's the fastest car here by far. It's the most powerful car here by far. It is the Mercedes-AMG GT63 SE Performance. And with all the electrification, it came in at a 1:34.72. I'm certain that's going to be at the top of the lap board. A 1:34.72, M2, a good 5 seconds almost slower. Wow, that's big. And remember what I said about long legs. That car did over 300 on the back straight on our test track. All right, and that's it for Speed Week 2025. This is the official 9 first times on the TopGear lap board. And if your maths is not mathsing, let me explain. All right, the Mercedes-AMG E53 that is with us for Speed Week had a puncture in the right rear on the day, and we felt that it was unsafe to take it out on the track, and so that's really unfortunate. And then if you're wondering about the Defender Octa, the Defender Octa doesn't live here. It doesn't live on a track like this. It lives on a track out there in the Bundus. And so we felt it was inappropriate to put it on here because, well, this is just not where it plays. And then if you're wondering about the big one, the Lamborghini Urus and the Porsche Carrera T, there's some insurance reasons why we can't do official lap times with those cars. And so we're obviously not going to break the rules, but that's the reason why. It's not us. it's the insurance. And so that's quite unfortunate. And so these are the 9 cars that have made it onto our lap board. And at Top Gear, lap times matter. They don't matter 100%, but they matter. And this tells a really significant story. So I don't know what you're going to make of it, but some of these are quite a surprise to me. And I suppose with that, I need to let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Speed Week 2025 is, drum roll please.
Speed Week isn't just about numbers, it's about feel. And this year, one car delivered that better than anything else. The Porsche 911 Carrera T. Lightweight, balanced, no tricks, no drama, just pure connection between the car and the driver. And in this group of clever machines, this particular car reminded us why driving still matters. And so, the 2025 Speed Week winner is the Porsche 911 Carrera T. As we wrap up this Speed Week, we have to say thank you. It doesn't just happen. There are people, multitudes of people that partner with us to make it happen. A huge thank you to the entire Top Gear South Africa team, to all of the OEMs that trusted us with their cars, to GQ and Aldo Scribante for hosting us, and to everyone behind the scenes who made this madness possible. This is Speed Week 2025. We'll see you again next year.